All right, so here we are, guys. It's Groundhog Day. You're familiar with the expression Groundhog Day? It's like the same
Is it
thing
actually
over
Groundhog?
again.
I thought it was about like the movie.
The
Yeah.
what? The movie. Doesn't
Yeah,
that
with
mean it's like spring?
with Bill Murray. Yeah.
In Caddyshack?
What?
No,
No,
it's called Groundhog Day.
Oh,
That's another movie, I think.
yeah, it is. And it has groundhogs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
before we came on, we were talking about some classic music and classic caps like Eric has on there, Wayne's World. He's rocking that pretty good. So welcome to the Spring into Action for Youth Mental Health group and with three great leaders. You guys want to say hi and just introduce yourself?
Sure.
Hi,
Okay. Tyler, you
Well, that was
go ahead.
awkward.
Yeah, a little bit.
hi, I'm Tyler Rimmer.
No, he said to talk about yourself a bit. You know, I'll take the lead here. Oh, hi. My name is Sam Frigerio. I go to Northern Secondary School, grade 12. This is my second time working with Spring into Action. Last year we did the actual run, but unfortunately we can't really do that. So.
I'm Eric Gagnon, and everything that Sam just said kind of applies to me basically as well. So I'm not gonna re-say that. So,
You want to say something new then, or
yeah, I'm really excited for what we can do to keep the event alive and raise awareness for mental health and kind of just see what we can still do to keep the community involved, even though there's kind of crazy times right now. So I'm excited to see what can come out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when we were speaking on social media earlier in the week, we had that moment just trying to figure out some technical things, but we got to see each other at least once again after a long time, which is nice. Um, I'm trying to think. There's so many things to talk about. What about anxiety for you guys, or what are you observing? Um, you feeling it in your home, or are you just noticing it with some of the people in your life?
I would say not me personally, but maybe my other family members who are older and who have heart conditions, and they're very worried getting the virus and stuff, so they're very cautious about it. But me, not really. I can't, I get sick. It's not really the biggest deal. It's about infecting other people and being aware that it can be a lot worse for them.
For me, I feel like that time when it was kind of people were in between whether or not they should have trips or not was the most kind of anxious time for me, was because some people were like, oh, I'm going away. Some people just were like, oh, maybe. But the other day I went to Canadian Tire, and it's so strange to see that kind of social distancing factor when you'll be like, oh, don't go in this aisle yet. There's somebody that's walking there. We need to stay 6 feet away, all this kind of, and it's now that that's very heavily implemented, it's kind of you're more on edge and more cautious and aware about it than.
Tyler, what about for you? Is there anything? What's the sort of strangest thing compared to kind of normal everyday society that you've observed during this time?
Just that I don't know. Whenever I run, there's people I see for the most part are always following, and they're very far apart. So it's not usual where you see people in together having fun. Yeah, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been a whole period of adjustments, but adjustment. You guys have carried on and been coping really well. I'm quite impressed. You've all been keeping pretty active, it sounds like, and I'm learning about new games I could try, like Cahoots for one. Thank you for that, Tyler. Uh,
Good.
what other ideas you guys have? What have you been diving into that you haven't tried before, or getting back into that you haven't done in a long time?
One new thing that I've like started doing is Sudokus. Do you know what that is?
It's like a
Are those like number things?
Yeah. And like it's like a little booklet, or you can do it online, I guess, as well. But I went to Shoppers and I bought the booklet and I just play those all the time. I don't know, it's just something to do.
I've just been watching.
I'm sorry, go.
You go, Tyler.
I've been playing a lot of chess lately. I haven't done that in a while, so I play with my dad, and my mom. So yeah.
I've been playing cards with my siblings a lot, as well as I've been watching like old kind of Nickelodeon and kid shows that like I never kind of watch anymore, and I've been going like to old stuff, you know.
Nice. Well, certainly we have the time to do it. What else in terms of games? And you guys, of course, is this the first time you're seeing each other in a few weeks since school?
No.
Okay.
Like,
But when you did get together, you were maintaining your physical distance, right?
like we were on a Zoom call. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
like,
So you
it's-
haven't actually been together in person, just like this
No,
sort of
no.
thing.
Mm.
So have you done a Zoom call with even like more friends at the same time?
Group like big like friend. We send like a text to a group chat.
and there's like 8 of us, maybe something like that.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And what's the latest update in terms of the school year that you guys have heard about?
We're not, oh, yep, you may go, Tyler.
So
I heard,
polite with each other. It's
I know,
impressive.
right?
we're starting school next week. I just had like a Zoom or like a Google Meet with my math teacher, and she says that like our principal is gonna like send out a schedule like sometime today, tomorrow, or the next day about how it's gonna work next week. So we're starting online stuff.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna work. I emailed Miss Marr, and she said that for each class we have to do an hour and a half of work per week per class, which doesn't seem like a lot at all. For per week, that's like I have like 3 classes that I can actually do, I guess, online. That's not a lot of work, I guess. And there's no exams, I'm pretty sure. And I believe like our marks are gonna somewhat maintain the same because they can't really go like down too much or up. I don't know. Am I wrong? Like that's just what I've been hearing because they can't really like. I don't know. Yeah.
No,
So
for me,
go ahead, Eric.
just some teachers that have never like I have this one teacher who's never once used online before. He's like dead set against it. Never had a Google Classroom or a website, and now that this is happening, he has to create one. It's kind of like this whole weird.
It's gonna be a struggle for some people to do.
Yeah, like so many of my teachers have no idea what they're doing, just like kind of frantically trying to like navigate like the websites, you know?
Well, I believe they're gonna like record themselves doing the lesson and then post it in the class, and then we just watch it. Because I don't think we're gonna be doing this much like a Zoom call, unless like you need to talk to them like personally, I guess, or whatever. But I think they just do that, and then they give us the assignments, and we kind of do it. And if we have questions, we can email or I call them.
Yeah, it's we're in a time where we have to cut people a lot of slack, right? Things are stressful, especially as you're mentioning for older generations. We know, like for senior population, for sure. Eric, do you want to just talk about your grandparents? You say your dad was looking after your grandfather, your grandmother.
Yeah, my grandmother, my dad goes to see my grandma sometimes, and it's like he has to make sure that like she doesn't have like he's not at risk. So like lately he hasn't seen her, so he's taking like a week or two kind of break so that like he can be 100% sure he doesn't have it himself. And his also like my uncle, I'm pretty sure I don't know if he's staying with her right now, but he usually stays with my grandma, and so like it's just kind of like interesting. And it's very like it's like a I don't know. It's kind of just a crazy situation right now because it's like we don't want her to be at risk.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you guys, so because you miss hanging out with your friends and with each other, does that make you miss school?
Yeah, to a certain extent, you know, like
Like
it's like
it makes me miss parts of school. Like I
honestly, I don't mind school at all because, like, I don't know, it's primarily just getting to see my friends. Like, if they're not even in my class, I see them at lunch or after school, and it's just nice. And like, there's certain people that like I wouldn't really hang out with outside of school,
yeah.
Yeah.
but I really like talking to them in school, and that's some things that I miss. But I still keep in like somewhat contact with like my closer friends.
That is a good point. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that.
So you have like close friends and then like school friends, two different things, I guess.
Yeah, like I'm friends with you guys. Then there's like people like I hang out with and I talk to in classes. So it's kind of like, huh.
And we may never see them again.
Yeah, yeah, no grad, unfortunately. But honestly, I feel like the students like will like the
I
grades
think
will also
I
figure
think there's
something
gonna be
out
like a prom. Like we're gonna host our own prom. Like
Yeah.
or something like that. Like during the summer when we're able to have more larger groups and stuff, and we can
I
all
said
get
it's like
together, have like a
such a
party,
good idea.
you know.
It's all very bizarre, right? So and just to pick up on that whole challenge with trying to, manage the end of the school year, and for you guys, it's a big one, right? So this is your pre-university college. Well, where do things stand with you guys for next year? I guess sort of a lot of things are up in the air for everyone.
Like what do you mean? Like
So you guys are in grade 12 or 11?
grade 12 going to like college or university next year?
Yeah. So in terms of that application process,
Well, I've already accepted to where I want to go, like before the virus was like kind of a thing. So I think I'm like good there, I guess. But like for other people, I could see it could be like stressful about like their marks if they wanted to bring it up a bit, like to get into the program they wanted. That might be a problem.
Like for me, I had a course where Sam, you had that you take the same course. I don't know if you did the
What course?
presentation, the Dalkeys
Sports
sports
marketing.
marketing. Yeah, did you do your big
Yep.
seminar? Yeah, you did that. I
Mhm.
was going the Monday after March break.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's just giving everyone a no mark who didn't complete it.
No, but it's like the type of thing where it's like I did all the work for it, and it's like I literally prepared and made a hour 15-minute presentation, and then it's like instead of that boosting my mark, which it should have, which like I hoped it would have, it's like I just get a no mark. You know what I mean?
You know, Dalkey is like the most relaxed teacher at our school. So if you email him telling him that you already completed it like before the March break and that you want to like record yourself presenting it, then he'll most likely allow you and judge your mark off that.
But I would have to record it with Raheem.
Very true. I don't
That
know.
would be
But
tricky.
email him and see, because like I don't know, you could probably do something
I'll
about
try to figure it out. I'm just
Yeah, you guys should probably do like a Zoom thing.
that. Exactly.
that's a good idea.
You know, because Dalkey's like a very relaxed teacher. Like he'll allow things like
Yeah.
that. And he's like very generous and nice about like when it comes to that.
mhm.
Sorry, can you say the name again?
Mr.
Dalton.
Mr. Dalkey. He's a sports
Dalkey.
marketing
Okay.
teacher,
Because
yeah.
it sounded a little bit like an animal for a second. So I just
He actually kind of looks like you, Barry.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Well,
Take a
then
look.
you should do a Zoom call with him.
Is he not? Is that just me?
I could see it, yeah.
Yeah, right?
We haven't been seen in the same place at the same time, right? Okay, so so some fun things to close off on. We'll do this little bit that maybe this will become like a little featurey thing, like we have our own talk show here, guys, is take us for a tour in your room of something that is on your wall or some kind of souvenir. And while we're thinking about doing that, Eric, tell us about one of your latest recipes that you've dabbled in with the family or on your own.
All right, so last night we made spaghettis and meatball. We made spaghetti with meatballs. So for the meatballs, I added in garlic powder. I cut up onions. I cut up basil. I put in paprika, chili powder, um, sage. Um, I feel like I put something else in, but they turned out really, really nice. So like we like cooked the meatballs and then we put the sauce in. So once they were already like not boiled, we didn't want them to boil. Once they're already grilled, then we put the sauce in so that the meatballs would kind of just have the flavor, yet they wouldn't be like mushy. You know what I mean? Or like, so it turned out really well.
Okay, next Zoom is just you in the kitchen. That's what I'm gonna vote for, possibly as another segment. Was it spicy enough though, or could you use a little more chili?
It was good. I think a couple night or like a little while ago, I made chicken that was like it was pretty spicy. Like it was more in the aftertaste. Like you know when you eat it, and you go, this isn't that bad, and then there's like a whoop, and you just
The delayed kick.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, well done. Okay, so that gives us all a little visual of you and your kid in the kitchen getting your hands dirty. That's awesome. So why don't we kind of go in the order of the screen here? So Sam, if you will do us the honor.
Just to warn you, I'm at like my dad's house,
Yeah,
and
okay.
like my mom's house, I have like a lot more of my stuff. So like my dad's house is pretty plain because I don't really like put anything up.
Okay.
But
All right.
I can still take you for a tour, you know, like why not? Like, okay, so
Well, only if there's something that brings up conversation here that has a story behind it.
oh, then there's probably nothing. There's like weights, that's it, and the piano that I don't know how to play.
Okay. What kind of weights do you have there?
They're like adjustable. Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, right.
So, like that, and then you can change the weight that you want on it, and so then you don't have like 5 or 6 different dumbbells. You just have one, and you turn a dial.
Yeah, it's a really efficient
handy.
way, space-saving way to have some weights there. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tiller,
Yeah.
what do you got for show and tell?
My room is really messy. But,
That's smart. Bring it to the camera rather than the other way.
this is my fanny pack that I wear on runs every day.
Oh my god, there's no way.
This is very
Wait,
helpful.
Did you say
Wait,
running panty pack?
hold it a little closer for bad eyes like mine. I see that there's an animal there, Alpha Keeper.
It's a dog.
Tyler,
What does
do
it
you
say?
do?
What does it say under Alpha Keeper? Can you read that?
Huh?
Can you read what it says under Alpha Keeper? Because I can't.
It says the way to protect yourself.
Is to wear that belt.
Yeah.
Can
Tyler,
you put it
what
over
do you
your
put in
face?
What?
What do you put in there?
It looks like it could be a mask. You could use it on your waist and also on your face.
Exactly.
People are having to get creative with masks. So,
Yeah, I love it.
But,
all
but
right.
Tyler,
Well,
what do
I
you
joke.
put in there?
I joke. So, what do you put in there?
Yeah.
Your music?
I put my phone there.
Phone? Yeah.
I know you have there's something called pockets, right?
Okay.
They yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find it entertaining. I love the little.
Yeah. What is the figure on there?
A wolf, maybe.
It looks like a Rottweiler, like a Doberman or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that it? Is like
I think so. Thank you.
Doberman-
I think
That's bigger ears,
it's
probably
appropriate to wear that as a message for physical distance.
yeah.
You come close to me, you get the pitbull / Tyler.
Exactly.
All right, Eric, what you got up for show and tell?
I got a painting that I painted on St. Patrick's Day
Ooh.
of the Lucky Charms guy.
Wow. And you've signed it where your hand is there, it looks like. And 2020 baby. And what inspired this caricature?
Well, we were social distance painting, and it was kind of like, I don't know. I was trying to think of something for St. Patrick's Day, and I'm like, I don't know, a leprechaun. So I just went with the Lucky Charms guy.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Okay, well, trying to think of anything in closing, guys. Thanks for doing this. It's fun to get together in spite of the times that we're in. Any thoughts or advice for your cohort, for uh, youth that are struggling right now? Anything you want to say to anyone that might be watching? Because there are a lot of people watching actually on our Instagram right now.
Yeah. Um,
Like a tip or
you can,
something that you've been doing that has worked for you to kind of distract yourself and physical distance.
personally, I find that you could kind of view this as a positive or a negative thing. Like for the first little while, I kept seeing this as such like I can't see my friends, I can't do this. And then after, I'm like, you know what? Why am I thinking about what I can't do when there's so much that I can do? So I'm like, you know what? I could cook, I could play guitar, I could do it. I could sleep in a little longer. I could maybe do like, and it's kind of like there's so many things you can do, and there's so much opportunities for you that if you focus on what you can't do, then of course it's going to be terrible. But if you're optimistic and you look for the good, then you will find it.
Amazing. Well said. What about you, Tyler, Sam? Anything that like you thought of doing as a way to manage through this time, or that it's really helped you to distract from having lots of time on your hands?
Well, you go now.
Okay, I don't have much to say, but I don't know, like I don't really like being inside a lot, just being like cooped up. So I go outside if it's just for like a drive, a walk, playing golf, whatever. It's just nice getting some fresh air and being outside. I don't know. I just really don't like being inside all the time, especially now that it's spring. We've been inside for a while because of winter. Now we're supposed to stay inside because of the virus. And now that it's beautiful outside, we can't really do much, but think of things on the positive side and go out and find something, I guess.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Well,
Last but not least,
I enjoy now that I have like time away from everyone, I get to spend a lot more time with my family, and I think that's what's got me through it because they're always there for me, and it's quite fun. Playing board games, watching movies, and other stuff, and it really makes you appreciate your family because they're always there for you.
But you've got a deep fryer in your house, so.
Yes, I make fries. Yeah.
And, what is it? Waffle mate. You have like the whole Gordon Ramsay kitchen, like the whole.
Yeah.
Where.
My mom loves to cook and bake.
yeah, that does tend to influence how we feel closer to family, or like if they're making the stuff that we love all the time, and
Deep fried.
It's a good way to pass the time, but also to move a bit too, right? To balance all that good food. Okay, guys, inspirational as always. Thanks for being such great leaders. Each time, it's even more amazing showing of your strength, courage, and coming together, and how you guys just relate to each other naturally is just so awesome. So, yeah, keep it strong, and hopefully, again, we'll get to do this in person before too long. So,
perfect.
I guess that's it for today in our little live share. And hopefully people have enjoyed it. And if they have, or if it's sparked an idea or some strength for them, please feel free to share. And we'll have more on update on Spring in Action, which, as we mentioned recently, will be taking place as a virtual online relay in kind of a format where we'll be incorporating some really fun activities and inviting people from all over the globe to join us for a share and a moment to come together during this tough times of mental health and a global pandemic. In physical distance doesn't mean social distance, right? We can still hang out together like this. So awesome job, guys. Take care for now.
Cool.
Yeah.